No more Mr. Nice Guy. Mr. Nice don't get you nowhere, bro. Because when you're nice, people take advantage.
So how do you actually be real without being a bit of a dick?
Because if you're constantly saying yes to everything, when are you ever going to have the time and mental capacity to do what's right for you?
When is there an understanding or a difference when your yes means yes, but really you mean no?
Society praises people for being agreeable, polite, but that is what is keeping 99% of you stuck, frustrated, and invisible.
We're conditioned to be nice, not to offend, to keep the peace. But doing so is what's actually stopping you from living your best life, starting that business, and doing the next step so you can be the highest version of yourself.
You hesitate to say no. You stay in toxic relationships because you don't want to be rude. And you don't change because you don't know your worth. But guys, guess what? Polite gets ignored, direct gets disrespected.
This episode is all about being authentic, all about being yourself, not necessarily being rude, but being clear, open, and honest about how you can be your best version. Welcome back to the best flipping show on YouTube, in this ether, in the Galactical.
Yes.
The Unplug Podcast, baby.
Yes. Episode 36.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Wow. 36, man.
36. 4 away from 40.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? 4 away from 40.
The big 40.
But John, you know what? Let me even share something personal and deep with you guys, right? I went to the doctors the other day. He said, Freeman, you've got a bit of a condition in your heart. There's a lot of stress on my heart for some reason. And obviously, I kind of gave you the verdict. But, John, what did the doc say?
The doc said, guys, because you're not liking, because you're not sharing,
Oh, my God.
because you're not commenting,
My heart.
and because you are not subscribing to the YouTube channel, you are killing my guy over there.
I'm dying.
A slow death.
Painful.
It's painful, man.
No cure. Other one cure, actually. One cure. Just flip and press the red button, peeps, yeah? We're giving you guys some juicy gems.
We really are. Guys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, we are on the road to 500 subscribers. I think we've hit 400 now.
Yeah.
I was speaking to someone outside. I was like, have you subscribed? They went on there. So I think they actually pushed us over
Yeah,
to
literally.
400 now because we were like one away last night.
Yeah, lovely.
So guys, if you are liking the sauce, the juice, the inspiration and the motivation, man, please keep supporting us. It encourages us, it motivates us to keep going and finding these topics that we think can help change your life.
Let's do it. So getting straight into it, being nice versus being real. What's the difference, right? And I feel like nice is often code for people pleasing. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, sir. All of that kind of stuff, right? But when is there an understanding or a difference when your yes means yes, but really you mean no, right? And also having that power and that ability to say no. So that's what we really want to unpack on. But firstly, I just kind of want to understand, what is your sort of definition of being nice as opposed to like being real, and why is there sometimes like a gray area?
I feel like being nice is probably when you take other people's thoughts and feelings into consideration over your own.
Is that wrong?
It can be if it's at the detriment of yourself and your being and just your mental well-being and what's right for you. Because we've said it before in previous episodes, sometimes, and not all the time, you have to be selfish. And just to get what you want done. Because if you're constantly saying yes to everything, when are you ever going to have the time and mental capacity to do what's right for you? So, yes is kind of people pleasing and putting people, in my opinion, before yourself. Being real is actually like, no, I can't do that because that takes away from what I need to do or what I want to do. So no, I'm not going to put you before me.
I very much agree with you in terms of like putting one's like own person and existence first. I do believe that there is a time and place where you do need to be someone like self-sacrificial, whether that be for your family, your kids, like someone in like a massive need or etc. But like when this is like your day to day, your Monday to Friday, your business as usual, I think that's when it becomes a problem. But now we sort of like understood the problem, right? And the distinction between being nice and being real and the detriment of that. But let's talk about root cause. Where does this actually come from?
being nice, I think as people, generally we want other people to like us. Who goes around in life wanting people to hate them? So naturally we feel, we want to be nice to people. We care about people we love. So yeah, you get into a habit of just, okay, no problem, I'll do that. Or I'll drop what I'm doing, even though what I'm doing is important, just to kind of, put your needs first. It comes from, I suppose, trying to, or not being able to find a balance between doing what you want to do and helping other people, in my opinion.
100%. But I also think even being like more specific, right? That I think it comes from school, right? Before we want to answer a question, we've got to put a hand up. Yes, miss. Thank you, sir. Obviously, there's basic like levels of respect, but then it's like the conditioning of it, right? From school to like maybe like our upbringing, our family, our parents, wherever that may be. Like everything is always very like permissible, right? It's always sort of like permission based, right? It's always at the will, at the beck and call of anyone else. So imagine being indoctrinated with that from such a root level age, right? You can't sort of like argue with people, or you can't be so shocked with people when this is the new norm. They've been doing this since they were, knee high. So why are we so shocked if that's the case, if that's something that they're doing? So now kind of like breaking out of that can be quite difficult for some. Of course.
Of course. And a lot of that, like you spoke about school, that could probably come from even in your own home, from your parents, like condition you to, just be, I don't want to say law abiding, because we all are meant to be law abiding, but just, I don't know, man, like you're almost taught how to act rather than maybe how you want to act. I'm breaking out of that. Yeah, it can be quite difficult. You're basically following in the footsteps of your nurturers, who are your parents. So it can probably also stem from like parenting as well.
Exactly. And even in line with that, like you didn't get rejected. You just finally stopped pretending, right? Because you're not being your true self, right? You're not part of this mix. This isn't your circle. This is a prefabricated circle that's just managed to kind of like squeeze you and box you into this kind of environment that doesn't fit you, that's outgrown you, right? Or you've outgrown it.
So we are, I always believe it's always more hard hitting and comes across a more raw and authentic when we're able to give our real life stories of the topic of discussion. We talk about these topics, not pluck them out from the sky. We talk about them because they're things that me and Freeman have lived in our own lives, right? And we've overcome them. This is what our life looked like before we overcame them. This is what our life looks like now that we have overcome them. So are you able to give like a real life example of when, you were this people pleaser constantly? You still might do it, but you've now realized, damn, that was holding me back. It's now time to change.
Yeah, no, for sure. I know obviously our audience is very shaped into like entrepreneurs and also like working people as well. So I'm going to be a bit cheeky. I'm going to give 2 examples. So the first one, for those sort of like in the working kind of like field in your 9 to 5, I remember I had this ultimate female dog of a colleague, right? Ultimate. Like I despised her. Like she wasn't even my boss. You know who you are, bruv. Yeah, she wasn't even my boss, right? But she just, them people that just been in the business for so long, they just went like the part of the furniture, right? And I went above and beyond, constantly trying to please them, constantly trying to go and above what was outside my immediate remit. And it drained me and it pulled on other projects that I should have been working on at work. But I just wanted to keep the peace. I just wanted to keep her happy, right? But there's a saying that's like, lions don't care that sheep don't like them, right? So similarly as well, we want to be in a position with that. It's like, what is your focus? What is your priority? What is your immediate remit, right? And if this person who's requesting an awful lot from you that doesn't have anything to do with you, but because maybe they have some kind of clique that you want to be a part of in work, or maybe like they sometimes pull a lot of behind the scenes cards, focus on what you need to do, right? And that's like a big thing that I should have done. And I just spent a lot of time trying to please and appeal them. And it was massively to the detriment of my career that I was even trying to build and focus on right now. And also at the same time, it's kind of like my epiphany moment that, okay, cool, I actually need to start and build something for myself, because this isn't sustainable, right? And my second one, very quickly, more so for my business peeps as well, was hiring staff. No one tells you how to become a boss, right? And I mean that in the form of an employer, right? Another episode dropping on that one later. But how to become an employer, like there's not like a rule book. There might be, but there's not like a rule book that I was aware of, right? And I wasn't really good at hiring people. And I had a lot of crap people that didn't fit the morals, cultural standards of my business, right? And they let me down. They lost me money. It meant I had to come into my business, and it was massive. And I'm, again, naturally, I can a people pleaser, and I still need to work on it. But I just hate the thought of me firing them means that they're now out of a job and loss of income. So I always used to sort of like pass that over to my business partner to kind of do. And I used to delay that. But me delaying them exiting the business cost me so much money and so much time, right? But again, understanding that this is business, right? And
it's personal.
Exactly. And the lesson learned from that is either one, doing better training, hiring for the right fit and culture as opposed to experience, and being just straight and direct with people. And I think what a lot of people will massively underestimate, that a lot of people do appreciate your transparency. A lot of people just like sometimes, I don't know if you ever have like someone that's calling you trying to do yourself, like, mate, sorry, I'm just not interested. You know what, mate, thank you so much. It saves me another 2.5 minute spiel that you wasn't going to buy or wasn't interested anyway. So I feel like, yeah, that's just kind of like my two. But yeah, what about you, bro?
Yeah. Bro, I've got so many, but I'm going to pick one. I know we talk about business, but again, like you said, you know, this is not just for entrepreneurs. This might be people who are just trying to make change in their life. And I think I had a situation where I've got friends, right, or had friends who I feel like I was always nice to them, no matter what. Like I would literally, just go out of my way for them, just support them in any way that I could. And then I just got to a place where I thought, hang on a minute. Not that you give to receive, but are you prepared to do the things for me that I'm prepared for you? And I looked at it and yeah, man, I've had some friends really let me down over the past. And I had to get real with myself and be like, if these guys are not prepared to, you know, be that friend you are, then
why should you?
Why should I, number one? And if they can't, I'm just not going to be around. I'm not going to be around, bro. And I think it wasn't easy, but yeah, I had to get real with myself. I had to kind of look at the situation for what it was and be like, yeah, no more Mr. Nice Guy. Mr. Nice don't get you nowhere, bro. Because when you're nice, people take advantage.
100%.
You know, and I think my niceness became a weakness and people started to take advantage of that. You know, I do something and they would do, I think, hang on, why did you do that? I've done that. All right, cool. You turn a blind eye to it. Yeah. And then it happens again. Then it happens again. You're like, no, I need to stop being nice. So yeah, that's around friendships and that.
Yeah, I can imagine there's a lot of people that can possibly relate like that.
Yeah.
But being a bit like more so specific, what was kind of like the fine line? Because obviously like people are human. Like you could argue like people just let you down. But what's like for people who might be sort of like experiencing the same kind of thing, maybe like, I don't know if that's a word, the niceties or being taken advantage of. Like what's the fine line? What's like a defining factor? Is it like the number of times? Is it the limit? Like...
I don't know. I think it depends. But for me, again, I'll only talk about my personal experiences. For me, it was just, I wanted a particular friend to be somewhere because it was an important event for me and they weren't there. And I thought no matter what, I would, and I'm not talking about you, by the way. But yeah, like, I know I would have been there and they weren't there. Do you get me? And I felt mad disrespected. Mad disrespected. So for me, it was like, cool, I'm not nice anymore. You show me you're not nice.
Show me your cards.
So why am I nice? You know, so yeah, it was time to get real and just cool. Yeah.
Just reciprocate the energy, man.
Safe.
No, 100%.
So yeah, that's my story, man.
That's deep, man. That's deep, man. I feel like a lot of the people will resonate with that. But guys, as you know, all about some practical steps, man.
We are indeed.
Right?
We are indeed. So guys, don't forget, if you are liking what you are hearing or watching, please like, please comment, please subscribe.
Please do.
It does a lot for both of us, man, and we appreciate it.
And for my mental health. So guys, as you know, we're all about some practical steps, right? So how do you actually be real without being a bit of a dick, right? So what are some first things that people can do?
I feel like, number one, shift your mindset from just being used to saying yes all the time. Like, I almost feel like you need to change how you think and how you see things. Like, saying no is okay.
There's power in saying no.
Do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you might think, like, if I say no, or, you know, I'm a bad person or I'm wrong. Like, shift that mindset. It's actually okay to say no if what someone is asking you to do, or you're now putting someone else before your own, like, needs, mental health. Like, it's okay to just say no, man. And then my next one is just like, get used to not being liked. Do you know what I mean? We touched on it briefly in an episode. Not everyone's going to like you, and that's okay. Like, actually get used to, people might not like you, bro. For whatever reason. I feel like the reason why we do say yes all the time, like I said, is because we want people to like us, but we need to be okay with people not liking us. That's all right.
100%. Even just adding to that as well, I feel like another thing is also just practice saying no without an explanation, right? Almost as if it were like a forbidden fruit, right? Or because my mom said, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, just practice saying no without explanation. People should be able to respect your values. People should just be able to respect your no, right? And what you stand for, and getting used into that habit. And I feel like, especially like it's a big English thing as well. I know we've got some like international viewership, but like we have like a very, very big English culture of like, oh, sorry, like you want to move, oh, sorry, beg your pardon. Very polite, very, you know, and I don't know if that's sort of like embedded within the culture, but again, just I'm not saying be like an idiot and just be rude and obnoxious and whatnot, but again, just like practice of just being able to say no, and also just respecting your values in terms of what you stand for, right? I think that's sort of like massively important. And also, again, just like your environment, I'll probably say that kind of thing, again, your environment. If you're going to be around a lot of people and maybe like taking this taking this out of the sort of working environment, more so just like your personal friends and your family, right? And if you're in an environment or in a culture that always like prompts a lot out of you and doesn't give nothing in return, and obviously I know we don't give to receive, but just like nothing, like from an energy, from a knowledge-based perspective, from a business-based perspective, even just from a friend-based perspective, just picking up the phone when you need them, if that isn't respected, then like John said, just go, right? You should know your worth, and it's draining you and it's just sapping you of all your energy in terms of what you need to do. And that could be positively like redistributed resources elsewhere. Right?
No, I like that. And I think, you know, I know you said like not explain, but I feel like depending on who it is,
obviously,
it might need an explanation.
Of course.
Like, I'm just thinking, if I tell certain people, no, sorry, what?
Not quite English.
I mean? Yeah. So I think depending on who it is, just, and I think people respect you more as well. Like if you said to me, bro, can I come? No. You'd be like, bro, okay, no, you can't, because
X, Y, and Z.
You know what I mean? Just for a little bit of transparency, but just a little added little practical tip / step in there.
No, nice.
So cool, guys. So this is the part of the episode called Plug Bites. This is where myself and Freeman read out a quote, something that's inspired us, something that's motivated us, and something that's made us want to share with you and the world to help you level up and go to the next era in your life.
My plug bite says, stop shrinking to fit into rooms you were meant to redesign. Quite simply put, again, JP sort of alluded to it as well in terms of like pretending effectively, right? I spoke about it in another episode. I know when I used to sort of like walk into reception at my one of my old jobs, press the lift to the 10th floor, and it's like as we're just kind of like going through, I'm just getting ready to put on that mask, put on that makeup, that facade of, you know, what did you do to the weekend? I was like, I was trekking through the Black Forest with my father, and we played archery and we hunted some deer. And, you know,
poker face.
You sound like an absolute poker face. Right? So like, again, just start redesigning these rooms that you are not meant to be a part of. And the quickest way you can start redesigning them is by choosing your circle wisely, another episode that you should watch. Right? But I think that's nice and simple, very self-explanatory.
Nice. My one reads, you were born to stand out, not to be liked. And that just kind of follows up from what I was saying earlier about, do you know what I mean? You're not here to be liked, bro. If you know you're living on purpose and you're living the life that you set out, you're working towards your goals, you're working towards your dreams, you know, the people who you truly love and care about, love and support you, whether you're liked or not is irrelevant. You know, whether you're liked or not is irrelevant. You ask yourself, how does that help me? So you're not really here to be liked. Just live on purpose, you know, chase your dreams, chase your goals, and forget what other people think about you, man. It's really not that important.
100%. No, but guys, yet again, another solid episode. I hope you guys can appreciate these gems, these insights that we're providing you about business, about life, about just being real, and about being your authentic self.
Indeed. So guys, again, we hope that you like the episode. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe.
And as always, guys, please make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell his mistress.
Tell her, please.
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 And as always, guys, love.
Elevate.